Who among you shall die today?
Hello ladies, gents, and spawns of chaos. Today we're going to try Mordheim, City of the Damned, a game developed by Rogue Factor that has very much tickled my fancy as of late. You control a warband in the namesake of the game, the city of Mordheim, a horrible cesspit of corruption, where you strive to survive and thrive as a rogue faction of fools that will only delay their untimely demise. Let's load a warband. We can load the Purge of the Holy Anus. They are my started warband. I have only leveled up once or twice, I think. And I can show you how the game controls and everything. The gameplay, it is a mixture of XCOM and Chronicles of the Valkyrie Chronicles. I don't know if you have played either of these games. Probably XCOM, you know what it's like. It's like you control your warband, you go around the city, finding your enemy warband, and you use turn-based combat and tactics to vanquish them to oblivion and steal all or most of their belongings. Here's the management screen. You get to check out the warband management, where you will manage all of your dudes or dudettes. In this case, the shop is for your equipment. Smuggler's Den is where basically your economy will happen. The game is based around collecting this wyrdstone, the stuff that fell from the sky in the meteor that destroyed the prosperous city of Mordheim and made it into this disgusting cesspool that I mentioned earlier. And you go around collecting the wyrdstone because it's really valuable. You ship it out to certain factions that will give you money for it. Is your main source of income that you then go into the warband management to pay for the treatment of your warriors. I am almost broke, so I think I'm not going to pay this treatment. In fact, if I remember correctly, I was letting this person die because she was just not worth the treatment that she had this injury that I just didn't care about. I think it was this one right here. Injury requires treatment costing 12 and into warrior, blah, blah, blah. What are the injuries? An internal wound. The warrior has suffered internal damage that will never heal properly and which exerts a persistent degree of pain. The warrior loses 1 office point. This is a very bad internal wound. This is a very bad injury. So I was like, you know what? Paying for her treatment is not worth it. I'm just going to simply let her die and just hire a new henchman later on. This is my warband. You have your leader, the sad sack of flesh. These are the default names. I never renamed any of them. These are the names that they come with. It's really weird, you know. I guess it's just within the lore of the game to give them names like this. The leader. Then you have a few hero units. This slot will later, I will show you, unlock the super big creature that you may use. Angry Ballbuster and Crazy Zealot. They are my hero units. One of them is a Sister Superior. The other one is just a regular henchman outfit. Oh, no, it's a Sigma's Purifier, Crazy Zealot. I think I just hired her. And then you have your regular henchmen. They are basically cannon fodder. You want to keep them alive and all that good stuff. There goes Mistress of Pain, huge bitch, Ilian Splet. She is new hire, so she has not been renamed. I was being facetious earlier. I have renamed them to these names. Don't think that the game will give you these absolutely ridiculous names to begin with. I am a ridiculous person. I will give them really, really dumb names like Abusive Wife. Anyway, these are the Sisters of Sigmar faction. All ladies, they all carry melee weapons. There's no ranged ability of these ladies. They all want to hammer your face to death. Then the variant system is like your progression of your general, the person that represents you. She keeps getting skills that you can spend in different abilities that will help your warband in the long term. I'm not going to get into that. This is like a first impressions kind of thing. And then, you know, the campaign is the meat of the game. There is the story missions that you can choose at any time, and you can have random missions. They are randomly generated. They will be in a pool of maps, and they will have different configurations. Crush their will as the objective. The difficulty ranges from normal to deadly. The wyrdstone loot, as you see right here, is average. and the regular loot is poor, like just stuff laying on the ground. Anyway, we're just going to pick, we don't want to go into brutal, that will totally destroy me. Let's just go into here, and my current team is these people right here. These guys are both injured, they're not going to do anything. Let's just launch and deploy. I can show you a little bit of the starter of how to set up just the basics of the meat of your gameplay. In each one, you will have a different setup. The randomization is difficulty level, quality of loot, the mission, the optional mission that you see, the objective crush their will, is one that you'll never get to do against the AI. It's just not going to happen, but we'll get into that later, or maybe never. And the deployment options of the actual encounter. You can be scattered all over the place randomly, that's like the worst. You can deploy close to your starting point, that is the best. You can have 3 different strike teams all over the place. You can set up like an ambush type of situation. In this situation, we seem to have possibly one of the better ones. We start all clustered, basically, in the starting area, close to our wagon. For some reason, the name of the warband does not get changed in when you select the wagon. I don't know why. Anyway, it controls like this. You can set up your deployment areas. I'm not going to overthink it. I usually think this through a lot, but I'm just going to deploy them all wherever they show up, and I'll round them up as they start. And it controls like this, very much Valkyrie Chronicles. It's a 3D, a third person. I didn't mean to do that. Oops. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. There's an exhibition match that we'll probably lose because I'll be kind of glossing over a lot of things, and I will not be thinking too much about it. It's just basically to show you the gist of it. Because what I want to do is then go into an advanced warband that I have, it's the one that I've been playing the most, and I'll show you like more late game type of gameplay instead of just how it starts, which is possibly not as engaging. There's not nearly as many tactical options, especially with these ladies. These are the noob friendly faction. Is only melee weapons and some spells, and it's basically finding the enemy and mashing them to bits. You get the nice strategic view. And the objective, really, and what you will spend most of your time doing in this game, is not really viewing this map, but just figuring out each map. How do you want to go about it? Very much like, I would say there's more focus on the skirmishes. On like, this is the game, and the management is very minor. Like XCOM is maybe a 40-60 split in that regard. This is, you're going to spend 90% of your gameplay just working out the skirmishes. And your basic objective will be, how much loot can I get? How much wyrdstone can I get without losing, without getting killed in the process? Like, there seems to be very few loot spots. This is a pretty good one, 3 of them together like that. So we're probably just going to go try to get these over there, and the engagement will happen at some point. These are the enemies right here. Apparently they are a chaos warband. You can tell by the little icon that they use. And so we will be coming together pretty close by. The map looks pretty big on this view, but it's not nearly as big as it looks like here. They're all pretty big size maps. You're not going to feel like you're in a small spot, but navigation, your compass on the top left corner of the screen is invaluable to know where the hell you're going, because, you know, it's hard to tell from this view to this view, where are you going? So yes, I want to go west. I want to head that way because there's this wyrdstone right here, and we're going to encounter the enemy over there. So let's have Crazy Zealot just simply run forward. They all get movement points, which are the blue pips right down there. As you can see, they can deplete it. You can always undo your movement by doing this. You go back to your thing. As long as you're within the circle of movement, you're not spending anything. You get to the threshold, you spend a thing, you can still go back. That's how it controls. And then you have the offensive points, which are the red pips. We're going to simply just move forward. It's really not a brain twister right now. You can exploit very much the movement system, because as you can see, I can edge through this and gain an advantage if I were to have a range character trying to shoot and stuff. But she's just going to stay here, going to put on ambush stance, which basically makes her charge anybody that enters her range of charge, and she's just going to pass the turn like that. Of course, I'm over-explaining a lot of things, so it's not going to be nearly this slow. Let's go west. This lady, she is up here. Oh, you always get highlighted where is that. And she's simply going to go that way. The thing is, though, I have spied that little cluster of wyrdstone right there. So instead, I'm going to go in a different path. Let's just undo the whole thing. And we're going to pick this path right here. And then make a beeline for that giant cluster. There's different types of little loot spots for this. These are the bigger type of loot spots. This is the biggest clump of wyrdstone that I can have. And like I said, it is your main source of income. It is super important to get as much of that stuff as possible, so you then have the cash to do everything that you want to do. This is the leader of the warband. She has a few spells, but for now, we're just going to get that ambush stance right there. And simply pass that turn. And one of the gripes I do have about this game is how long the enemy turn takes. Sometimes it will take forever, especially as you get to the late game. There will be quite a delay between your turn and the enemy's turn, because it just takes a while for the AI to calculate just how long, what they want to do. And I don't blame the AI or the programming of it, because I'm sure it's pretty damn complicated to have the AI do what you want it to do and act in a smart manner. But I would really appreciate much shorter times to wait. But that is like the bane of turn-based games. You have to always wait for the enemy's turn. There's nothing really you can do about it. This is a game which I play all the time with a video going on the other monitor, because turn-based, you have all the time in the world to think everything you want. You have a lot of downtime. Not like a lot, it's not prohibitive, because I am playing the crap out of this game. It's not turning me away at all. Let's pick a different path here. A more efficient path. There you go. Huge bitch. She's going to do great against this warband of chaos. And there you go. Just clump them together. A little bit of experience of a strategy that I have learned so far is always keep your guys together. Never send them unless you absolutely have to, unless there's some kind of weird, super good opportunity. Never send them separate ways. You always want your warband to support each other. You do have quite the nice range to roam, but never send them to do different spots of the map. You're going to have a real bad time. To navigate the level, there's these jump spots that you can use to go up and down. You can go up this way. You get a chance, 57% chance. If she fails that, there's so much RNG in this game. There's a lot of RNG. If she fails, she will just not climb it. She will hurt herself like a moron. Jumping down, though, it doesn't require you to succeed to be able to go down. It's just, if you succeed, you do not take damage. If you don't succeed, you do take damage. It's very simple. But yes, RNG. It is very exciting, this game. I want to say, this is one of the main points I wanted to make about the RNG in this game. The random events or the chances. Abusive wives. She took that dodge stance by mistake. It was my bad. There's games where RNG is just infuriating. Case in point, Hearthstone. There's so much infuriating RNG in that game. This game, though, the random chances, it just feels like a tabletop game. I'm a huge Warhammer nerd. I used to play a ton of Warhammer in my day. I only played Necromunda. I never played Mordheim. This is, by the way, I never explained. This is based on a tabletop game, a Games Workshop game called Mordheim, City of the Damned. I did play Necromunda, which is like the 40k version of it. I didn't play this particular game, but anyway, the random stuff, it feels a lot like rolling dice. And sometimes you miss, sometimes you win. And it is so exciting. It's super exciting. There is one of our friends. This is actually the leader of the Chaos Warband. We don't want to mess with this guy just yet. Simply because I don't want to charge in. And charging in is most of the time a pretty bad idea. Stashi's is going to go over here. It's a bad idea also to gather these before battle, but I am far too greedy not to do it. So I'm going to get it because every time you pick up one of these, you get a debuff or a buff. It's, again, completely random. That seemed to be a bad effect. We can check what it is by checking the debuffs over there. The warpstone, it gives him minus 10% range resistance. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. That's not prohibitive. So I'm not going to shed any tears about that. But what we're going to do is just wait behind this corner right here. No, I don't want to climb up. We're going to ambush and hope that this idiot walks in my range, and then we're going to all swarm to just smash his face with our hammers. It is just what's going to happen to him is going to be a great time. But the point that I was making earlier about the RNG, this game where, I mean, even less, it is less frustrating and less aggravating than in XCOM, because there's my favorite system in this game, and that is the whole survival and injury system. Most of the time, even when you go down, even when you lose an encounter, you're not going to lose everything you have. Most of the time, you're just going to lose a few things. Like, you will miss these things and you feel bad about yourself about missing them, but most of the time, your guys are going to survive the encounter. They just all like scurry about the battlefield. They abandon their belongings, but they made it back to the warband, and they're going to have a random chance of either dying, recovering completely, or something in between. And that is, I think, the most entertaining aspect of this game for me for so far. I mean, the gameplay is awesome. I love it. But the thing that really gives me the kicks is seeing... Oh, shit, that's a trap. There's random traps all over the place. It is now I have a minus 25% dodge and parry chance, which is bad. But not for this lady. It's not too bad because she's like heavy armored tank type of dealio. She carries a giant flail with which to make new faces for people. Sometimes they don't appreciate it. Sometimes they're thankful. Very, very seldom, honestly. But sometimes. Anyway, yes. When your guys survive, they'll get an injury. They'll get a leg chopped off. They'll get an arm chopped off. As you continue progressing through the campaign, you'll see the enemy warband and a guy comes attacking you. He's missing an arm. I love that. I love that these guys are veterans. They have seen shit. They have a history. You'll grow attached to these people. You'll grow to just have sadness in your heart for the hardship that they carry. I mean, this is a rough time, man. This is a really rough time for these guys. Huge bitch. She's going to just park herself here. There's not much strategy right now because I am just positioning myself to charge these people in the face and completely destroy them. This is the newbie. I'm just going to hang back with her. Oh, there's some wyrdstone over there. I am so tempted to go for it. I'm going to actually grab it. Actually, let me go back. There's a little bit of exploiting or fiddling a little with the movement system. There you go. This way, I will not use up the remaining point of action that I have. I can still move a little bit more. Oh, there's a cluster over there. I must have it. I must have it. Poor lady over here. She'll probably get ambushed. I can always look around. The map will also show me where the enemy's at. In fact, this guy over here. See, it says he has a severed leg, so he really can't move that far. That is a bad thing to see that there. So I'm actually going to try and move back. I was going to go for that cluster over there. It's very valuable stuff. But there's that dude over there. I just now noticed. I'm going to take some cover over here. Hopefully we can ambush him as he rounds the corner. But maybe not. Maybe he'll want to go elsewhere. He seems to be gathering his own wyrdstone. Anyway, Martian. Yeah, this is it. Oh, hello. You came too close to my guys, so now you're getting smacked in the face with my flail. The enemy gets a chance to counterattack, as so. And you get the gist of it, right? You go, you attack, counterattack, charge. This faction right here, I was saying, is newbie friendly because it doesn't have archers. It's very walk up to the enemy and smash their face. And it's funny. In fact, it's really what got me into the game to begin with. The quality of the smacks, how visceral and nice it feels to smack somebody in the face with a giant hammer. It's just really cool. I like it a lot. I wonder if this lady, if abusive wife has enough range. Yeah, she should have plenty of range here. And we're going to charge because she only has 3 action points. It will be depleting her action points here. There you go. She has missed. She sucks. That's too bad. Now you get a few engagement options, but she only has 1 point of strategy points to spend. So she's just going to end the turn right there. If you have more, you can get a dodge stance, a parry stance, if you have a shield or a sword. There's a lot of tactical options that they open themselves up later on. I mean, just you already have them in the beginning, but the more points you have, the more options you're going to enjoy. And we're not going to go into another skirmish with a more advanced one. I'll just show you how nice it can get. It's at like a level 5 warband. I think the max level is 10. So it's basically mid-level, mid-game. The warband that I have, like my main warband. This one right here is just something I started for shits and giggles. Anyway, Crazy Zealot. She has a spell called Comet of Sigmar. It will just bring down a comet from the sky. The damage is kind of shit, only 14 to 20. But it's an AoE, so I mean, when the enemy is clumped together, it could be cool to use. Here's the menus that you can use instead of... You can either, toggle through all the actions that you can do, or you can bring out the menu. You have the... actions, active skills, passive skills, spells, blah, 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 blah. I find it's a lot more convenient unless there's something extra fiddly that you want to do. A lot more convenient just to toggle through it. It's very, very easy because it will just give you the thing that is available to you right now. Anyway, we're just going to smack this guy in the face. And hopefully we'll bring him down before his buddies come over here to ruin my life. Probably that will happen though, and I am not terribly worried about it. We're going to put on, I think this was like a parry. Yeah, I have been leveling up her parrying chances. So she has a chance to block the incoming attack, and the counter attack can happen as long as I have 1 point of action left. She will be able to counterattack whoever attacked her in the first place. This lady, she is my leader. She will cast Sigmar's Might upon these fools. It will buff my guys. It will give them, I think, 20% more damage or something like that. I forget exactly the effect of it. It's good. It's good to have. Apparently, she has failed her Divine Wrath roll. And that means the Sad Sack of Flesh now has Cursed Devotion applied to her. Which means that I have +2 offensive points cost to spell casting. So she's not going to spend any more spells until 2 turns from now. That little hourglass down there by the debuff, the lower left corner, it tells you the debuffs that she has. Anyway, I'm going to simply smack this man. For some reason, costs only 1 to attack. I think because she cast that spell. If we see the buffs, that spell that I just cast, Sigmar's Might, gives you +5% melee critical hit chance, which is pretty damn good, and +10% damage. You can choose then to master that ability when you have enough points, and they will do better. That type of dealio. For now, though, smack! She's ready with her Sigmarite hammer. She has a 93% chance to hit. Pretty damn certain that she's gonna, but you're gonna miss quite a few times. Just expect to miss. Expect disaster. If you just don't go in thinking, oh, I'm gonna win, there's no way I'm not gonna win. It's kind of like XCOM. I would say it's not as likely to kill your people as XCOM is. Maybe I'm just bad at XCOM, but for the most part, I've seen quite a lot of success. Like I think I have lost twice in maybe 20 to 30 skirmishes like this. So it's really not too bad. I do recommend though, do the tutorials. They'll help you out a lot to understand what the hell this game is like and what you're supposed to do. Anyway, our friend Angry Ballbuster, she has a giant hammer that she doesn't have any problems using. We don't want to get too close to that guy though, because he's in ambush stance. And ambush stance means that he will charge me the moment I come close. Instead, I'm going, although, it could be okay to just take the charge so that nobody else will take it. But I think I would rather just get in engagement range of this guy and hammer his head. I don't think she has any other good options that I want to use. In fact, maybe I could have not spent so many movement points to maybe give this lady a dodge chance, but it's okay. Just dual wield this flail and murder this idiot. And I love it. It still has not gotten old how awesome it is to bring down an asshole like that. Anyway, she's going to bring on the ambush stance, and hopefully she'll be able to ambush that jackass over there. before he charges. Depends on their charge range. If he has a longer charge range than my enemy does, like so. I totally surprised this guy. He has no face. This a marauder of the Chaos dudes. They get mutations, random mutations when they level up. This man has no face. That means that he, I think, can pass perception checks at no cost or something like that. I forget. It's not a very good mutation, I don't think. But it's really cool, man. I just start seeing, you know, your enemies change with you. All of your guys will have weird injuries and awful things happening to them. And so will your enemies. And I really appreciate that. I like that a lot. And, you know, I think that's a pretty big leg up over, not like it's a competition or anything, a leg up over XCOM, where, you know, your guys are a little bit more disposable. Your enemies, they have no persistence to them. You don't find them again. Because these guys, I am sure I'll see Rashiel at some point in the future in this campaign. Anyway, not today, because today he's just going to get smashed with my giant hammer to the head. And I guess I'll enable a parry stance. If they have a shield, they have a much better chance of parrying, which is very beneficial to the survival of your guys. Anyway, there was this guy over here. He apparently has an ambush stance. This is one of my newbies. I don't want to send her to battle this other dude. I don't know. I mean, he looks like a veteran. He doesn't have a leg. He has seen some shit, man. We don't want to engage there. We'll send somebody else to capture that wyrdstone. My bad. My phone just went off. My bad about that unprofessional beeping in the middle of the recording. Let's see if we can get a charge off. That guy's a little too close. There's this other guy. I guess we can charge either of them. No, I cannot charge the Norse because, you know, the lady's circle, she's kind of in the way. Everyone has like a circle of influence that you cannot really finish your turn into. But she can charge this other asshole. I think what she'll do, since she has a shield, she's just going to walk up to the Norse asshole. She's going to do one attack, spend 2 of her points, and then she's going to put herself in a parry stance. Oh no, I don't have... that was dumb. I don't have enough blue points, blue pips. Parry stance will require 2 of them. So all I can do now is simply end the turn and hope she doesn't get pummeled to death. Mistress of Pain, though, she will end the enemy's life. And she might charge the other dude that is behind me because... Or maybe... Yeah, she will actually do nothing because she has a heavy armor and she doesn't move very far. That's the reason why her movement circle is so short, because she has heavy armor on. So all she's going to do, she's just going to put herself... That could be a trap right there. So we're not going to be foolish. We're just going to stand here and wait here. Maybe the other guy that is behind here, he will come down this way and she'll be able to charge them. Abusive Wife is ready to dual wield her way to victory by murdering this particular man right here. Actually, no, I think I would rather engage with the Norseman. This guy, he is a hero character, so I would rather get a much bigger engagement against him. That dude over there with the weird mask, he is just a henchman. He's not nearly as much of a threat as this guy over here, Youngster. Youngster, you're going to get smacked! And now she can totally put on the dodge stance. She's built to be able to dodge much easier, 55% to dodge. Of course, then there's penalties and all that stuff that the enemy can have a bigger weapon skill or whatever that decreases your own chance to dodge and all that good stuff. There's a lot of stats. I'll show you once this skirmish is over and we murder the stupid Chaos warband, hopefully. That all the stats that are involved in the growth of your band. It's another part of the game that I very much enjoy. I think the only thing I don't appreciate in this game is just fiddly things. Like, of course, the time that it takes for the enemy to take a turn is kind of a pain in the ass. A few fiddly things, like not being able to loot something that is... This is the warband leader. He could totally smash me, but the AI was kind of dumb. I didn't do anything. He just stood there and basically waited for somebody to become available to kill, which is not a very good call. I'm just going to keep smacking Rashiel, okay? Is that okay with you guys? Because, you know, the Comet of Sigmar, I could cast it on this guy, but it's just basically a waste. I will rather just continue smacking him to death. Yeah, I was saying something about the stats, and then the other guy came around and interrupted my flow here. But let's go on a parry stance with this lady. Oh yeah, fiddly things. I was talking about fiddly things. Like, you can't end the turn where someone else is standing. That's fine, but you also can't loot something else is standing. Like say this bag right here. Say it was right here. I could not loot it because she's standing too close. That is very fiddly, very annoying. And I would like for that not to be the case. She's only carrying this stupid token, so we don't really care about that. The leader here, I guess we could have both fight each other, both of them leaders. But I would rather, and this is something that you'll discover pretty soon, always gang up on your enemy. Never like scattering them around and then one-on-one. No. There's no honor. There's no honorable duels in this game. You murder as many as you can, as fast as you can. And just focus fire. Always focus fire. Because the win condition is not to slaughter every single one of your enemies. The win condition is to demoralize them. And the more enemies you kill, the lower their morale total is going to be. Which means that they're going to rout. Or rather, they're going to flee. Because they failed to rout. I actually don't know which is that. But whatever. What I'm trying to say is... Okay, this guy, the guy without a leg, is not close enough for who was this lady? Whoever she was, is not close enough for her to charge him. But so it will be delayed for the next one. In the enemy's turn, you can swap around through your dudes, see their situation, all that good stuff. I was saying something, man. I continue losing my train of thought. But anyway, let's just bust his balls with my giant two-handed flail. Oh man, missed. That was an 87% chance. If you look at the combat log on the top right corner, it will tell you exactly what happened. My roll to melee hit chance, it was a failure. I rolled a 90 and I needed 87 or less. So she is stuck with basically nothing. This is a lady that has a heavy armor and nothing else. She has no chance of dodging. So all she's going to do is just maybe delay. And delay is useful because if one of my other guys smacks the guy down, she will be able to then move after he gets smacked down. So it's useful to, instead of take a stance or whatever, there you go, nice dodge, abusive wife, you're awesome. Anyways, if this guy now goes down, our friend, the dual wielding flail, I mean the two-handed flail lady, will be able to move. Anyway, another attack on this guy. He failed his parry, which is great. And now just another parry stance. That's the way it goes. These are henchmen. They don't only have 3 item points. They get to attack once. Gets another delay here, so I can maybe move later after all these other two get to move, get their turn. There you go. And Ilian Split, the newbie. She might have the killing blow here. Ah, man, she missed. What a stupid bitch. Anyway, let's put on that parry stance again. Because if they do parry, they'll get to counterattack. And Mistress of Pain is here. She's ready, man. She's absolutely ready. That guy, he's an ambush stance. He will totally charge poor Mistress of Pain and totally own her because he's the leader. I think his weapon is, pretty intimidating. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that weapon could possibly destroy my anus? I think so. I think as much. So let's see if we can get a charge on this guy. He has only one leg, so his range of charge will be diminished. I am slowly nearing him. I'm just trying to get the engagement here. Come on, really? It's really close. You can do it, Mistress of Pain. There it is, the charge. If I got any closer, he will be able to charge me, which means that bad things will happen to me. It's really not that big of a difference. On charge, though, you do get a nice bonus to your damage. At a diminished chance to hit, but her chance to hit is very, very good. So it can never go above 90%. I mean 95%. So basically she's maxed out on the chance to hit on that charge. Against this guy, against a different guy with better defenses, she will do worse than that. Come on, a delay? She can no longer delay. That sucks. The other people have gone... I guess Mistress of Pain doesn't want to go first. I mean, the Abusive Wife doesn't want to go. Oh, I see. That was the end of the round. Abusive Wife is the first one that goes. Anyway, Abusive Wife is totally going to get the kill here. She's not. Abusive Wife has failed me once more. Guess put that dodge stance, and at least one of these other fools, hopefully they'll get to go before the hero works. He's casting some Weapons of Destruction spell, which means that his weapon will do quite a lot more damage. I think it's a 20% damage boost. And she's going after my Angry Ballbuster. Thankfully, though, he was a total incompetent piece of garbage and did not actually hit her, which is great. It would be great to finish this skirmish without this encounter, without losing any one of my guys. Most of the time, though, you're going to have one of your guys go down. It's almost guaranteed. Because, especially later, the damage kind of goes up. Enemies will start getting like 3 attacks in a row, stuff like that. Most of the time, one of your guys is going to bite the dust. Unless you're, a tactical whiz that was absolutely amazing. I rolled a 99 on that 2-hit roll. That kind of sucks. I mean, I'm not saying it's impossible to keep all your guys alive, but you'll have a very high chance of not. At least somebody's going to go down. But the nice part of it, like I was saying before, you most of the time will not... Man, this guy's just amazing. I'm rolling with my asshole right here. All of my attacks are missing. There you go. He goes down, loco booch. And I get to engage somebody else. I can also loot this man. See what he's got. He has a shield and an axe. Why not grab them? They are sellable later on in the shop screen. And I guess she's going to just get engaged to this handsome man in marriage. No, she's going to engage in combat and she's going to murder him. And it always pays to engage with your enemy because... Let's put the parry stance on. Because there is a check if your enemy is all alone. Or, if a combatant is all alone in a combat, it is a 2-on-1 combat or more. They'll have to pass a check. If they don't pass the morale check, the leadership check, they will have to flee or lose their turn. So you always want to exploit that. You always want to be absolutely certain. I think we had to go against the hero, so he goes down. Yeah, nice. Well done, Ballbuster. Well done. She's still engaged, though, because she was surrounded. So her only option here... I guess she could choose... No, she's surrounded on all sides by my own allies. I don't have any room to disengage. If I had the room, I could step back and not have her in combat. But since she has no room, all she can do is attack. My enemy has chosen to be amazing at dodging. So... we're just going to end the turn here. Dodging and the dodge stance is of no consequence for her because she sucks at dodging. I don't want everybody to be engaged with this guy. I want to defend or assist my friend here. But she's not going to have enough. Let's redo this movement because I think I can get it done. If I move this way, there you go. I want her to have at least 1 point of movement left. Maybe I can squeeze through here. I cannot squeeze through here. Maybe I can... yeah, she ended the movement with 2 pips, 2 blue pips. So I can smack him. She actually hits. Excellent. And then she gets to go with the parry chance. Yeah, parry stance. Like I was saying, when one of your guys goes down, that is a lot of fun. I like it. In a way... I kind of look forward to it. It's just hilarious to see them come back with either a complete recovery, lose them completely, or they come back with this atrocious injury. Or most of the time, it's going to be a somewhat harmless injury that it's still worth keeping the combatant for. Because, you have invested some experience on them. They might have a skill that you like. They might have a bunch of abilities and everything. You have grown this character into being a more experienced combatant. So you still don't want to let go of them, even though, let's say, they might have megalomania. They might have a burst eardrum. These are all injuries that can happen. They can have a cranial fracture and they become stupid. This is totally a true fact. Well, in fact, one of my favorite guys in the other warband, that's exactly what he's got. But he's so good at what he does that I still carry him around even though he's stupid. Because I want him to succeed, man. I believe in him. Anyway, abusive wife is going to be yet another combatant. This guy is going down like a bitch because, he's surrounded on all sides. and he's just going to go down. Dodge chance is good. So yeah, it's just a very good game. I don't know. I don't have much negative to say about it. Of course, you know, with the caveat, if you enjoy this type of game, like if you're into XCOM, I'm pretty sure you're going to like this. If you're into Valkyrie Chronicles, any other kind of like isometric or any kind of turn-based game combat that you enjoy, like Divinity, Original Sin, any kind of game that has turn-based combat, and if that's what you enjoy about the game. It's not about the story. Like, the story is paper thin in this game. You're in this rundown city. There's wyrdstone to be gathered. The meat of the game, the reason why you play this game, is this right here. And to a lesser extent, oh man, I didn't mean to engage with this guy. I wanted to go against the leader. I didn't mean to do this. So I guess we can demonstrate. I can't, because I still don't have any room. I think that other square over there, I cannot go past. Or she might be one of the guys that has the injury that she cannot. She's not going to flee from combat because she's all that. She just believes in herself and all that stuff. So she's just going to smack this guy. Who the hell cares, right? Just smack him in the face. I was trying to say, and I keep... Yes, I keep getting sidetracked. Like, the reason why you play this game, 90% is you enjoy this, what's happening right here. You go around the battlefield, you smack your enemies to death. I think she can totally do Sigmar's Might. It is a huge buff against... I mean, for all of my guys, 10% extra damage and plus 5% crit chance. The crit chance is so useful. When you crit against an enemy, they have a very good chance of getting stunned. Man, he dodged like a pro. Very good chance of getting stunned. When you stun an enemy, they are basically done for. So, crits in this game are pretty damn important. If you get crit against, you're probably going to lose that guy unless, you know, it's in an engagement where you have a big advantage or something. But, very useful indeed. What I'm trying to say, I was saying earlier, if you enjoy what's happening right here. You asshole! Are you stealing my shit? Oh, you're gonna get it. We're going to murder that guy. Actually, no. The moment this guy goes down, hopefully that will happen right now. Probably the enemy will have to flee because their morale is too low. The morale indicator I have not told you is the top left corner. You see the blue bar and the red bar. The red bar is pretty low, isn't it? This guy is the leader. The moment that he goes down, man, this warband is done for. So we're going to win against these fools. And huge bitch might be able to get the win. Not really, because it's just one hit. And then parry. Yeah, so nitpicks, gripes that I have about this game. It's kind of slow. It's a little slow. It's a pretty slow game. So that's why I always have some kind of video on YouTube going on while I play this game. I sort of appreciate that in a way. You know, you get to appreciate that because it allows me to watch something and play a game that I am very much invested in. Well, that guy went down. See the morale? He's below the red threshold over there. Let's see if we can loot something before that happens. Great sword. He has a fragment. I'll grab it. So smelling salt. I get... the great sword, I think, is more valuable. Basically just to sell it. So yeah, if you're liking what you're seeing, man, I would totally recommend this to you. I'm liking it so much. She's a newbie here. Let's just engage with this guy. Who the hell cares? I'm liking it so much, I've been considering, man, maybe I want to do a series about this in the channel. Of course, there's a lot of stuff going on in the channel right now. It's, you know, the docket is full, so to speak. But maybe after Dark Souls, I will enjoy playing this game a lot. And the skirmishes, they are from 30 to 45 minutes. The story missions, they are really long. You can spend like 2 hours playing that. But there's always the option to save and quit, and it will resume exactly where you were at. So I appreciate that a lot, by the way. Some games don't let you save. It's so silly. Another thing that I totally forgot to cover is this game will not let you save and reload. Every single decision is final. Everything. You go into a mission, you better get through that mission or abandon it. There is no reloading. There is no reloading whatsoever. Not even in a Dark Souls kind of way. Oh, I'm just going to go back to the bonfire and blah, blah, blah. You go into the mission, you see it through, or you abandon it with all the consequences. You choose anything. You go straight into an enemy ambush. There's no way you can reload. Everything is final. I think the only exception is if you Alt F4 within a mission, you get put back to before you started the mission. I'm not sure about that. I haven't tried it. But anyway, we're victorious here. And now we get to reap the spoils of battle. Mistress of Pain has received 2 experience points and gets a martial advance. She actually leveled up to level 2. She gets a martial advancement, which is 1 point right here, and 2 skill points that there's skills for each warrior that I can show you right now. She gets 2 experience points, 1 mental advancement. Most of the time, you're going to have something. I feel the progression pace in this game is just right. Maybe even a little too fast, but that is just, it's not really true. I feel like it's just right. You get points to spend every time. You level up maybe every 3 skirmishes with a guy, depending on how well they did. This was the most valuable warrior, so they get 1 extra point of experience. They put down 2 people, so they get 2 points of experience. So, depending on how well they did, they're going to get better bonuses. If you complete the objective, the optional objective, you get an extra 3 points of experience for every one of your guys. It's very valuable to do it. Some optional objectives, though, they're really hard to accomplish, and most of the time I think I get them done maybe 30% of the time, because it's difficult. It's difficult to get the wyrdstone and fight the enemies and maybe steal their idol, whatever the hell they want you to do. So, and these are the spoils of battle. If you're victorious, you get the chance to loot the area. You don't get everything that is in it, but you get like a 4% of the stuff on the floor per person that survived. So if, say, 10 people survived in a full warband, you get 20% of the loot. 40% of the loot still on the floor. That is on top of whatever you managed to loot while in the skirmish. Anyway, we are victorious. It's awesome. You get to go into warband management, and now there's points to spend. I can give her some weapon skill, then apply that. Yes, indeed. She's injured, though, so... no, she's paid. She's unpaid. You have to pay your guys every time. They don't work for free. What the hell is your problem? They are not going to just work for free and risk their hides every single day. I don't want to pay the treatment, so that's not going to happen. That's another tiny gripe. If you have a treatment, usually you can... No, I don't want to do that. Usually you can pay the maintenance for every warrior all at once in that other warband screen, but if there's a treatment pending, it won't let you do that. It will ask you all the time, do you want to pay this treatment? And if you don't want to pay the treatment, well, then you can't do anything. You can't do it all at once. But it's tiny gripe. Anyway, just to show you the skills in the inventory is she, carrying amulets. She has a magical light armor, weapons, shields. These are 2 sets of weapons if you want to carry them. Some items, consumables that she can carry. Then in the skills, there's active skills that you can use, like the spell that I used. That was a spell. But you can also get some skills like extra better charge or stuff like that, utility skills that will help you, they will deepen the tactics available to you. And then passive skills, they just passive bonuses. This gives her increased dodge and parry chance. This gives her, is what she starts with after successfully casting a spell. The cost of the next melee attack or charge is reduced by 1 offense point. This is the first time I read this, I guess, because that's why I was confused earlier. Anyway. Then the spells, you get a bunch, and that you can spend your skills and then money to be able to train them. It will take a certain amount of turns to train them, and so on and so forth. It is, each one will have their own inventory, their own skills. Then you can customize them. The customization options, they're a little limited. They're cool and everything. They're slightly limited. I would say that would be something that has some room for improvement there. Only a few models, and then colors, lots of colors. You do get quite a few colors, and then there's presets, so they will change the whole thing. As so, but I think, this being a Warhammer licensed game, I feel like customization could be way better. It's good, I like it, but it could be way deeper than this. Just not even a gripe, just basically a suggestion, maybe expand on that on future DLC and stuff like that. Anyway, that is the gameplay loop, really. You do that, you go on a mission, and then you go on the next day. I will confirm. You usually
replenished.
The day goes on. It gives you what happened. Jenny Girls is the one that I don't give a shit about. I'm hoping she will die. Horrendous Ho is receiving treatment for her brain trauma. I sent a shipment with the smuggler then. Marcus stocks have been replenished. And now I have a little bit more money, not really. But with this, you send the wyrdstone that you gathered. If you check this out, these guys have not requested a shipment. These are like the main faction. They'll request for you to ship them something. Every week you have to do it. Blah, blah, blah. You can choose a faction. They will have a different set of skills and bonuses to unlock, depending on which one you want to give your stuff to, your wyrdstone. See, shipments transit 1 day. In 1 more day, we'll get the payment for the shipment that I sent these guys. And I'll finally not be completely broke. This is almost broke right here. But you can choose to send however much stuff. And see, they'll pay you in such and such amount. And that's basically your source of income, your main source of income. The secondary source of income will be selling things at the shop, which is very nice to be able to sell a bunch of shit that you don't care about. And the shop has been replenished. This is complete garbage. I don't really care for it. So that's the gameplay loop. You do that, go on a skirmish, do all your management things, go back onto the campaign, go on to another, or you do the story mission that you can leave for however long you want it. You can max out your thing and not even start on the mission, on the story. It's not something that you want to do, or not that you want to do, but you have to do. Every day you'll get random of these. If you don't like the random mission, you can send scouts and you'll get another one. And that's what the game is about, and I enjoy a lot of it. Let me show you. Get back to the main menu. This will save automatically. I will load the Chaos Warband that I have. The Amazing Foul Rape Party of Filth. Patent pending. They have won quite a lot of money. They have lost twice, I think, in total. Missions attempted, success rate, you do the math. Tactical victories, 11. Crushing victories means destroying all of your enemies. I have not accomplished it once. They always flee before that happens. Don't know how exactly you get a crushing victory. Anyway, the Warband, I have decided to focus more on heroes than the actual super creature, but you can check this out. Within the Warband, you get the impressive. This is a Chaos Spawn. It's the giant super tank type of creature. You can customize it in a number of ways, basically just different colors. And once they level up, they get mutations. It's so cool. Super duper cool. I am so fond of it. But these are like a more advanced Warband. This guy, our leader, is level 6. He has a few injuries. He lost a leg. You can't see it because of the menu, but he lost a leg pretty recently. It was quite the disaster. The Warband was out of action for like 5 days while he healed. And, it's pretty bad. He can't climb up and he moves less. But he's so good, and I don't want to fire this guy. I want to keep going with him. It's just so much more fun to have this group of storied, harrowed people that are just trying to make things work. Here's my friend, Handsome Jake. He's extremely handsome. He's doubly handsome. And he has amazing mutations. He got these 2 mutations. They were awesome. And then he got a skull fracture. He became stupid. Stupidity means that he cannot act if he doesn't pass an intelligence test. There is some skills to assuage that. There's like a way to, like your leader or somebody else in your party with a lot of intelligence can have a skill that will allow somebody else to pass an intelligence test. There's items that will remove stupidity, stuff like that. So I didn't want to just get rid of him. And it's just funny. You go in and he just becomes stupid. He's catatonic and he's just staring into thin air. Or he might just get a bout of brilliance and just start raping people in the face because that's what he does. He's so good at what he does when he actually gets the wits to do it. So he even has some, magical equipment here. A purple, ooh yeah. There's mutations and everything. So yeah, your warband advances. They all get their own stories. It is really, really cool. I am enjoying my time a lot with it. I think that's about everything that I want to show you. I wanted to do 2 skirmishes, but there's no way I'm going to have time. I mean, it's already almost an hour. A little too long, in fact. Maybe I went off too much off my mouth. But anyway, that is Mordheim, City of the Damned. I am enjoying the crap out of it. And let me know if you would like to see a series on this. I don't know if it fits the channel, but I don't give a crap. It's something that I'm enjoying, and I enjoy myself quite a lot commentating through that skirmish that we just did. So if it's something that will be well received, I would not mind at all to do a series on it. In any case, I'll see you in the next one. Until then, slap that like button like it's a goddamn stupid henchman.